Yeah, so this is Reverend Michael Mhango from Victorious Life Church. With me here is my wife, Pastor Victoria
How are you
Mhango.
introducing me?
I'm the head. I'm the
my
head.
name is Pastor Victoria Mhango from Victorious Life Church.
Yeah, I felt like introducing you.
Why?
Wow. So this is just a small conversation we are having with you about our 10 years of marriage. We are,
Imagine.
yes, we are 10 years. This December we got married.
A decade, eh?
Yeah. So, wow, it's been wonderful, really, my experience. And today, this is what we just want to talk about. And we hope that you're going to get something, you're going to learn something. And we hope that it will help you. Yeah. So, my wife, I don't know, what do you want to start with today?
I think for me, one of the key takeaways in the 10 years, obviously there are a lot of things that we have learned in the last 10 years. Can you believe I've been with this man for a decade? Oh my God.
I've been with this woman for a decade. Can you imagine?
Okay, so one of the key things I have learned in the 10 years is that you must love your partner.
Yeah.
You know, love is very, very important. And you know, when you get married, there's this idea that you will be always in cloud nine, always cuddling, when I'm cooking, he's holding my waist and things like that. But when you get into it, you realize that it comes down to loving this person, their persona, who they are. Because remember, you have grown up separately. This is a person who's been exposed to different things for 20-something years, 30-something years, and you've also done the same. So you're coming together to be one. Imagine, this one has always been exposed to blue, you've always been exposed to pink or whatever. So, it's when you start the journey, you realize that you need to love the person beyond their muscles, beyond their curves, and beyond how they look, because when they wake up, they won't have the wig on. When he wakes up, he won't have maybe the muscle t-shirt that attracted me the first time. So, know, it's...
Wow, the muscle t-shirt.
Yes, but you didn't have one. Yeah, so... so, it's about loving the person.
Yeah, and maybe I can come in there. Love... You see, it's a big word. Love is a big word. Because sometimes people say no, love is not enough. But you see, when you really understand scripturally what is love really, because somebody is going to say no, love is not enough. You have to be patient. But you see, patience is in love. You see, kindness is in love. So it's you cannot be kind to somebody that you don't love. So it's a big word when my wife says love. You see, loving means being patient with somebody. Being kind. That's a big word.
It's a big word. Because your partner will irritate you, and you know them. Like me, I'm married to a man of God, so I know him beyond the pulpit. So you have to make up your mind to loving this person. And in a decade, I've learned to, obviously, he tolerates me. I have learned to be tolerant. I've learned to be patient. Because when I came into marriage, I was this fast person. I need things done now. If I can't see it, I can't. You know what I mean? But I've had to learn to be patient.
True, and that's the amazing thing about us. Like, we are two people who do things, who think differently, and
opposites attract. I think that's what attracted us. Because we're two different.
Exactly, because for her, she has everything is now. That's you. That's how I met you, and that's who you are. And then for me, I am like, okay, we have to think over this over and over and over and over.
Sleep and dine through it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you see, that's actually an advantage over the years, because I've seen there's some things that we would have missed, some opportunities we would have missed, if you had to go with my personality to say, oh, let's think about this again, let's think about this, you know. But then there are things would have actually crashed also, moving fast, you know, if we had to rely on your speed and who you are, you know. So I think it's you know, tolerance is I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah. You know, this is the kind of person I'm married to, you know, this is how they are. Knowing them, like, how can I work with them, you know, how can I love this person that I'm married to, you know. Yeah, so I think that's it's a lesson also I have learned also. Love it's the foundation.
Yes,
really.
And you know, talking about love, you cannot, especially when you talk about a marriage setup, like I have learned in a decade. Yeah. You need constant forgiveness also. Yes. You know, because like I said, you are two people who are coming from two different backgrounds.
Worlds. Yes.
You know, so this person will irritate you to the bone. Yeah. First and foremost, you are not using someone getting relish using their hands. You grew up from a place
that I do that.
Now imagine, just that. You know, they will irritate you. And maybe you grew up in a home setup where things are in order, the kids are in a particular place.
You're talking about shoes. Yes, talking about shoes. I'm going to accept that. Yeah, because
they do things somehow. Oh my God, that irritates me. Shoes, God, that people there.
Yes, shoes. I'll change. You know.
In the next decade, I'm hoping that it can change.
Yeah, you know, I just reach and I just take off my shoes. You know, in the kitchen, the sitting room, wherever it is, I leave them there. And you're like, these shoes, put them where they're supposed to be. Yeah.
So you need constant forgiveness.
I really need forgiveness for that all the time.
And you know, for me, what has kept me, you know, alive in this marriage and also wanting to still do life with him and choose him every day is that I have the end goal in mind. I don't think I want to do marriage again for the second time. So, you know, that helps you to focus on working things out. You know, whatever is irritating you, talk about it. Yeah. Because sometimes, you know, we bottle things up. So that's maybe also, you know, hinders you to forgiveness. Talk about it, no matter how ugly it is.
Exactly.
Tell your partner what irritates you.
Exactly.
For me, I'm that blunt.
Honesty.
You know?
Honesty. Yeah, because I remember before we got married, talking about honesty, you know, there's some gifts that I got you that you didn't like.
Ugly shoe.
You
Where did you get it?
Yeah, you know, I got these shoes for her, and you know, she cried, you know, like on her birthday.
And I even dumped you.
Yeah, she dumped me on her birthday. Like, no, I can't.
On account of that shoe.
The shoe, and you know, and I don't know, maybe there was a bag as well, something you didn't like
ugly
as well.
Bag.
Yes. And she was honest enough to tell me that, okay, I don't like these things. And you know, we had a bad minutes, you know, because of that. Then, but after that, you know, I equalized with, I took her somewhere for dinner. And I think that's what made the fire to come down and everything like that. But that's it. That's what I've really lived with, and that's honesty. Yeah, because you are not going to accept something that you don't like. You know.
And I love one thing that you always say. You always say, you know, don't allow your partner to love you by revelation. What do I mean? You want them to discern from God to say this is what you like.
What do you like?
Me, I tell him I like nice things, and I don't like people mess up with my birthday.
Exactly.
So he must prepare.
Like a birthday. Oh my God, birthday. Oh God, it's a sacred day.
Yes. So tell your partner what you really like.
Yeah.
Yes. Give them an opportunity.
Exactly.
To fail you, you know what I mean? Don't allow them to guess. You know, if you have to repeat it over and over again. Me, that's what I do. You know, you repeat, and that's what it does also. Yeah. You know, so it's very important to also be open about what you like and what you do not like.
Because that you'll be loved right that way.
Yes.
You know, because if you know, that's what brings us into a love language. You know, and that's what also brings us into knowledge.
Yes.
It's very important because you can't love somebody until you know them. You see?
Yes,
so
absolutely.
it's very important. That's why we spend time together. That's why, that's knowing each other. As we know each other, then we'll know, okay, this is what you like, this is what you don't like. Yeah,
Yes.
So it's very, very important. Love is, thrives even more in the presence of knowledge.
Yes.
When there is knowledge about who this person is, you love them right. Yeah. It's important to love each other right.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
the right way.
Yes.
Exactly.
And another thing, that has kept me going in this decade is, like I said, have the end in mind.
Yeah.
This is a person that you want to spend the rest of your life with.
Exactly.
So I don't think holding grudges and being grumpy will be of advantage to you.
Exactly.
So it's better you actually talk about it, no matter how long you talk about it.
Yes.
Because sometimes your partner won't get it in one day.
No,
Do you understand?
That,
so you need to repeat yourself.
Yeah, because this is a behavior that
Yes.
somebody has had for 35 years.
You can't
29
eliminate
years.
it in-
People get married
in 1 year.
different times,
Yes.
Others get married at 35, So you're talking about 35 years of being alone. Their attitudes, their habits that you've built.
35 years of not wanting to bath in the
Exactly.
night.
Can you imagine?
And you want to force it down his
Yeah,
throat.
but that's not me. And,
Yeah.
and that's not her.
You have to be patient. You have to be patient.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, so these are 29 years, of having a certain mindset, doing things a certain way, and this person comes in with 28 years or 27 years, we'll not reveal how old we were when we got married. Yeah, but there's things there are habits we had,
Yes.
and we had
Even
to learn.
a degree.
Exactly.
The minimum, it takes 4 years.
Yeah.
Even 5 years.
Yeah.
So that's how long it takes for a human brain to change or learn some things.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
also adjustment is very important.
Oh yeah. It's for me, change. It's a big word for me.
Yeah.
Change. You see, one of the things that that I've learned in these years is change really sweetens a relationship. I'm telling you, because when you get married, there are things that you do, and your partner accepts you, like that. But they don't expect you to remain that way, because there are people who insist on, but this is who I am. You understand?
You need to change.
Yeah, because if somebody has voiced out their displeasure or dislike concerning certain things, the way you do things, your partner has told you, I don't like this. And you see, and I think many marriages go through it. We are both counselors here. We talk to people about this, But these are things that we've also dealt with, where you have told your partner, I don't like this, And instead of sometimes we have to resist the temptation of trying to defend yourself. To say, what?
That's what I suffered with.
Yeah.
I always have to defend myself.
You know that kind of a thing.
He complains about my tone.
Yes.
When I'm trying to stress a point,
Yes.
but the tone
The
I'm
tone.
using.
Yes. And that's what really was a big thing to me.
Yes, yes.
That's the issue I had with you. It's not like, no, you have a point, but you see the tone in which you're using that point, is what I
But
don't
I'm a
like.
woman, I've got 5,000 words I need to release every day.
Oh yes, but we have to deal with the tone. Because you see, the thing is, I'm a man, I'm the head, I'm this man of God. And you see, these
and my
are
husband
things.
has got a special love for respect.
Oh,
Respect
yes. Oh,
is
yes.
a big thing to him.
Oh, yes. And I think that's
when you call him Reverend, hey Jesus, he will give you anything you
Not
want.
really, honey, that's a title. That's the
But
title.
you have respect like this.
Yes,
Big,
yes,
it's a big thing.
and respect is how you talk to somebody.
Yes.
That's how you reveal how you respect
That's
somebody.
him. So
Yeah.
you see, huh?
Yeah.
That's what I go through.
Me, I'm very sensitive. With how you talk to me is, I forget whatever you are saying. I'll pay attention to
the tone.
To the tone. You see, and this is something that I used to stress. All of the time. Like, okay, the woman, mind your tone.
Yes.
Like,
But I
woman.
managed to tone down. Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. We've seen that. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
There's a lot of change, and you see, that's why I had to bring this word change, because it has sweetened our marriage. You see?
I love that.
It has sweetened our marriage, because you find that this is what I was, against, and I find that, oh, she's not doing it anymore. I'm like, oh, wow, Before you would come out strong and whatever, but this situation happens again and you deal with it differently. And I believe that's maturity.
Yes, that's maturity.
Dealing
as well.
with the same situation differently. Yeah. I have done this. If it was before, you would have just talked to me anyhow.
And
I'm surprised.
Before I forget, this brings me to this point. Sometimes in marriage, as you are waiting for your partner to change, you need to have a servanthood mindset. What do I mean? You have to be prepared to love your partner without expecting anything in return.
Oh yes.
Because sometimes we're too quick. I've done this, but he hasn't reciprocated. Sometimes reciprocity will take time.
Yeah.
So you
eventually
should,
to come.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should not always serve based on what you're expecting in return.
Exactly.
You must serve your partner based on what God has revealed to you and on the right thing.
Yes.
Because remember, 2 wrongs can't make a right.
Yes.
So if your partner always forgets your birthday or they don't post you on Facebook
that's
as
not
you
me.
want,
you
must keep doing it.
Exactly.
You must keep doing it. Eventually, me and my husband was not very exposed to buying gifts, and if I'm a girlfriend, so and me, that's my love language. I love to manage things. So he had to learn that this thing is a big thing to me. Now he's he overdoes it because he's late, but it didn't come in an overnight. So you should have that. Serve your partner. Sometimes not expecting anything in return.
Yes.
Like, can I just throw in this one? My husband doesn't go in the kitchen, and sometimes I want him to cook for me. I'll see stories on Facebook of men who are serving their wives breakfast in bed, and that's why you must know your partner.
You've never given me a chance to be there in the kitchen. That's the truth.
So you must know your partner. So the moment I keep expecting that because I saw that on Facebook, I'll feel like my man is failing, but that's not his strength.
That's not
Do you
me.
understand?
That's not me. That's not me. So that's so true because and that it goes back to knowledge. That is why the word of God is so accurate. The Bible says, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. My people are destroyed in business. My people are destroyed in ministry, in marriage inclusive. Why? Because of a lack of knowledge. A lack of knowledge of what? A lack of knowledge of each other. Yes. What are the likes and the dislikes of your partner? If you don't know those things, you're going to make a mess out of a marriage. Exactly. You're going to make your partner so unhappy in a marriage.
And that's why you must avoid comparisons. Comparison is very deadly to marriage.
Oh yes.
Whether he's short, he's tall, he's got muscles, doesn't have muscles, you chose him.
Exactly.
Your partner is a reflection of your decision-making mechanism. So don't punish him after 3 years after realize that he smells in the morning when he wakes up. No, you must keep at it. And bake your own cookies. There are certain things that you want to see in your marriage.
Exactly.
You must put them in there. I love what my husband likes saying. He says, what is not in you might be in your. What is not in your partner might be in you. So God has put you together so that you can put it in there.
Exactly. You see, that's one thing. Thank you, honey, for reminding me. That's one thing the Lord helped me to understand before we got married. There's this thing people say, I want, they write things about their partner. I want a person who's A, B, C, D, whatever. And once they meet that person, they begin to mark and whatever. The Lord said to me, the people that some of them were not going to have these things, but it's you who has to put those things.
Preacher. Surely, those of you who knew me from school, I can preach. But it was in him.
Oh yeah.
Even when he was telling me, say, God is telling me you're a preacher. I'm like, if you call me in front, you will see.
That was our first date. You see, I
used to refuse.
Exactly. I told her.
But here I am now, fighting for the mic.
Yeah.
In fact, this Sunday I'm preaching.
Oh my God. I hope she's right. If I don't have a word on Saturday, she will.
So when we met, I was focused on career. I told him I'm going to support you.
Yeah, World Bank. Yeah, she said I'll be World Bank president one day. What? Yeah, she told me all those things.
So you see, the preaching was in you and you imparted.
Exactly, and I imparted, yes, exactly. You know?
And now I'm being a better preacher.
Oh my God, she's dreaming. Yeah, of course, Elisha must at least, you know,
the portion.
Yeah, you know, you must do better, you know. Yeah. Okay. So that's important to understand. So change, you know, change is very important. Stop insisting to say, you met me this way, this is the way. No, you can't remain like that forever. You know, you're always sulking, always, you know, short-tempered, always that. No. You know, listen to your partner. Listen, and that is why talking is very, very important.
Yes, communication.
You know? Communication, you know, honesty, you know, you just put it there to say, look, I don't like this. Don't sugarcoat it. Just put it right there. Because if you don't tell your partner where he needs to change, he'll never change. You know? I remember...
And if you have to repeat it, you have to repeat it.
Yes. Yeah. And you remember, I told you about somebody who came to the office telling me that my wife is not a good cook. And I don't know how I can tell her. Yeah, you know. So I was like, what? So you've come to tell me about and you're every day you go home knowing you're going to eat bad food.
Bad food.
Yeah.
There are the people that cause congestion at Matebeto.
You know?
Just tell your wife.
Of course.
That I like Visachi. Don't sugarcoat it. Just
exactly.
If you're married to a Tumbuka man like this one, you just say what you want. You know, he likes to tenembalala. So I had to fight the women in the road that I must also learn to do that.
Oh yeah. I would come home about
with them.
And
even
start
with scones
eating
from the neighbors.
Oh yes, you know, because you didn't. You didn't like baking and all those things.
Like
yes,
sweet things. I don't like cakes.
So there's a way I was communicating to her that like you have to
lunch boxes from the neighbor's house.
Yeah, the scones there, and it's like.
He forced me to.
Yeah, so he said, so he likes scones.
I got the message.
Yeah. Yes, and then she started learning, and now, so I don't bring scones anymore now.
Yes.
Yeah, even Tute, you know, Nembalala, she does them at home, so I don't have to buy them somewhere. Yeah. You know, so. Yeah.
And you know, one other thing I want to talk about before we close is, you know, the coming in of kids. You know, if you're not careful, you can grow apart with kids. You can both grow obsessed with these visitors. Remember, they'll leave your house.
Oh, yeah. One day they'll go somewhere.
You'll be two strangers in the house.
Exactly.
So be deliberate about spending time together.
Yes.
You know, especially, you know, as a woman, I've had to learn, you know, in as much as you want to cuddle your child, I would see the look my husband would give me, you know, and you are in this private place, you know, sometimes you need to be deliberate.
Exactly.
Work out your relationship. Don't allow the kids to come in between, and don't be together because of the kids, because the kids will leave one day. What will remain is what you have built over the years. So make sure you're deliberate about it. You know, always be on one side as parents. Don't be seen to be the other one is siding with this one, the other one, you know. So always present a united front before your kids, and be deliberate about your intimate time, when they should leave the bedroom, and all those things. But anyway, we'll dwell more on that in our next session.
Yes. Wow.